Now then, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Thank you very much for joining me once again and for all your comments and likes last episode. Very much appreciated. Had great fun. I've just literally got back from finding out that I'd run out of yellurium in my main applied energistics reactor. And so I come back here and everything was offline. I had to go and steal some yellurium from somewhere else. Which brings me quickly to what I want to do today. Another little problem I've had is in the nether where I've got the mob farm. I'm using hardened energy cells and they run out. And up there on that mob farm, which is currently set to Enderman, I'm also running out of energy very fast. So I need to start making some Tesseracts. And I've designated this little area over here to do some automatic thermal expansion stuff. So I had a range of thermal expansion machines here before, just making basic building blocks and the like. And now I need to upgrade it, update it, and change it around a little bit to include the applied energistic system. So that's what we're doing this episode. There is another little thing that I want to show you before, though. Maybe in the recent update, I don't know, but this is a backdated version, so I don't know how. In the recent update, Thorncraft, 2 unclaimed quests. We've got this distillation alembic. I made one of those a couple of episodes ago, and there's ethereal essence available, 8 in fact, which means I can start making the applied energistics ethereal essence requirements and bits and pieces, and an alchemical furnace which gives us a silverwood sapling. Very good as well. I'm going to claim the silverwood sapling, of course, and I don't know if I'm going to park it. Like, this one over here requires me to get 2 saplings to get 1 back, and some other bits and pieces, including a node in a jar. So I may hang about until I've got the second one. People have said about getting a peck and making a peck spawn from a doll in a barrel, and that is a possibility, that is an option, and that is something that I might have to do. Another order crystal, let's put it up there, why not? And those ethereal essence I'm going to dump in there for now, along with the silverwood sapling. I'm going to save it for now. I was tempted just to go and plant it straight away and let it grow and then claim the node if it was one, and if not, get the silverwood so I could progress. But I think I'll hold off until a future episode because I need to get this done today, so I may as well focus on that for this episode. Right, so, so what are we going to do? Well, I took the startup of making a magma crucible, all the ingredients of a magma crucible I need. I'm actually going to need 2 of them, so I am going to need some of those funky gears again. Gears. I'm going to need 2 more Invar gears. Craft them, please. Thank you very much. Should be here in a little while. I'm also going to need to go and pick up all of the other thermal expansion machines that I've had previously. And all of my ME interfaces as well. And let's see, where did I put them? They're going to be down here in the ones of items. Here we go. So we got redstone furnace, pulverizers and bits and pieces. There we go. So a good selection of things that I must create power for and then use. Oh, still waiting for the other in gear. Okay, gear. And there it is. It's there already. Okay, so there's the second one of those. Good. And then I'm going to need some cables. Not spelt like that. I'm not going to get it, am I? Load of cables. That's probably more than enough. And I'm also going to need some energy conducts. My energy conducts at the minute seem to be running very low. So let's make some more. Let's make some more flux ducts. Yeah, I'm not going to need many more. I want to get into making the more advanced, the redstone flux stuff soon enough. With my Tesseracts and all that as well. It should be pretty good. That's what I want to do. Right, so where do we want to begin? Let's start by moving this, because I know this is not going to be in the right place just there. That makes sense. Yeah, get rid of that. Hey, you can walk on these, but you can also walk through them. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, and we'll put that slightly higher up, I think. Actually, do I need it slightly higher up? I need my applied energistic system to run along here and then come up the back. So I do need this row here to be power. Yes. Yeah, I think I want it bring it back up again. I don't want it so low down as I had last time. There we go. And I should be able to get through here. Let me through. Oh, come on. Okay. Won't let me through, so I'll take that and then go through this way. Here we go. Right, so I'm going to lay some cable from this offshoot here and take it this way, I think. I think that'll do. Let's go here. Actually, I should possibly make this more because I'm going to have a lot of machines and a lot of interfaces over here. So it might be worthwhile having a little extra subnet or something. Got one, two off this so far. 2 devices there, 3 devices. I've got 3 devices on it so far. I can't travel another P to P tunnel that way. I could make... no, I'm not going to make a little sub-network. I'm going to have to make this a better piping situation, aren't I? I'm going to have to use bigger, better cable. I'm going to have to use the bigger cable because I need to have a good amount of channels in there. So let's have more cables. It's a good job I spotted that before I started. Let's have some of that. I'm going to craft up another 10 of those while we're waiting. Okay. And I'm going to lay this all the way down here now, which means removing all this section. That's okay though. That's okay. We can do this. Let's take this, that. Let's just get rid of these few coming down here and collect it and replace it with these from here as well. So now we've got 32 channels coming down here, which should be more than enough. I reckon I'll get maybe 5 or 6 working machines out of it overall. There we go. That'll give me a good run of applied energistics down there. Everything else should still be working properly. That's good. Alright, let's get back up. Let's get up here. Up. Okay, so let's put that on there and take this cable in around the back. 8. So I am going to need these last few around the back here as well, aren't I? So let's put one there, one there, one there, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming off the back there. Okay. I actually need to come up one more, yeah? Yeah, I do. So we'll have 8 this way instead. Let's take these back. Right, derping. Give me these, give me these, give me these, give me these. Okay. Okay, and how do I get back out now? Simple fact is, I don't, unless I break all of this through here. There we go, get out of the way. Alrighty then, so I hope I get this right. I hope I get these things to work properly. I want to have things like a furnace. Let's get a redstone furnace here. I want at least a redstone furnace to start me off. Let's go there with it. Okay, so that's receiving power, and I'll have an interface in between the two, so it'll output into an interface. That interface needs connecting up to the network, so we'll bring that. Well, let's connect it up just there, because we're going to also put a little interface on the back here. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so as long as everything's connected, we should be okay. So that now gives us how many we should have connected. 2 channels connected. That's right, 2 interfaces. Okay, now before we get too much further, I want to put an export bus on it. Because if I don't export Yellurium directly to it, then I'm not going to get on very well. I'm going to keep running out of power. I do actually have one ready. Good. Awesome. Okay, so we'll have this coming in from this side and then put a cable on there. There we go. This is just a little optional extra, and I'm going to put Yellurium in there for that. Okay, so this needs configurations. It's going to take from that side. It's also going to take from the back. So it's going to, yeah, take from the back. I'm going to put some form of pattern in the back there to set it up. Or do I want the patterns on the top? I kind of want the patterns on the top. I might rearrange it afterwards. I'll probably leave it like this for now, and then rearrange a bit and maybe hyper-organize it. But I definitely need the Yellurium, and that's going to go out back into the system, because all of the big reactors were starting to run short since I changed it all around a bit. So we'll have it like that. That'll do. And we'll have a nighttime, shall we? Yeah, let's have a nighttime. Okay. So next up, the important stuff that we're trying to work on straight away is getting these magma crucibles up and running. So, magma crucible there. Let's see, this will be able to make whatever I tell it to. That's good. And I also want to fill it up. What do I want to fill it up with? Oh, I can't find it now. Oh, hang on then. Let me just go and get that. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. I had forgotten, but I need I need a fluid transposer. The fluid transposer needs to take the fluid that I put from here into here. Okay, so fluid transposer receives from that side. No, fluid transposer receives from that side, and this I want to output on that side and receive from the back. And I'm going to put another interface. Where's my interface gone? There they are. I'm going to put another interface on the back of that. There we go. And that should then be able to be set up for commands to put stuff into here to make this work. Now, the fluid transposer itself needs to have items coming into it from the back. But I also need to export items. So I'm going to put the crafting recipe input from the back again. Yeah. Is there other option? No, there's no other option for that section there. Okay, well that's a shame, but that's okay. That's the processing part there, and that goes into that, and that empties. We want to fill, toggle empty, toggle fill. Yep. And then we're going to output on this side. Yes. So I need another interface on that side to output. Okay, and I put another interface on the back there. Looks a bit clunky and kluggy and all that at the minute, but once I've refined it a little bit, I just need to get it to actually work to start off with, to get it to do the basics, to get it to working. Do I have pattern terminal up here? No, I don't. I've got it downstairs. So I'm going to need to figure something out and get a pattern made for this, making ender pearls. Ender pearls, ender pearls. Let's get a stack of ender pearls. Okay. And I'm also going to need to smelt down some obsidian and all that into a furnace. Good point. Let's check that bit out first. I was so prepared with this. I thought, yeah, I know all this. I know all this. Easy, peasy, peasy, easy. Okay, so previously in other series, I would have had this magma crucible set up to have ender pearls all the time just filled into the magma crucible, automatically going over to a transposer, and then that transposer would be full of the ender juice and the magma crucible boot full of ender pearls as well. And then I would just send whatever I wanted filling into the transposer when I needed it. And on the opposite side, I'd have the same going, but for redstone. So it's sending redstone into a transposer. But I'm going to try and do it so that I'm using one crucible and one transposer and have it so that when I ask for something, it arrives. That's the plan this time around. I'm going to need an induction smelter here, though, because an induction smelter is required to make these Tesseracts. Make this Tesseract stuff. So I need Enderium ingots like this, which is potential. I could do it like that, yeah. Induction smelter with pyrotheum dust and Enderium blend. And Enderium blend requires me to use resonant buckets. I don't think I've got a thing for using liquids in this pack. I've got a liquid crafter. I think I can use a liquid crafter. But I'll work on that a bit later on, I think. So for now, let's put a couple of those in and start getting those sorted out so that we get some liquid resident ender in there. I think 3 makes that, yeah, so 4 makes a bucket. Let's make 4 make a bucket, and then I can set up the pattern for this, for these ingots to be made and then smelted. So I'm just going to have to get that done first, quickly get that set up. These pulverized recipes means I need a pulverizer as well, though. So we'll have a little pulverizer going on at the back here. There's the pulverizer. There we go. And the actual pulverizing of dust and things doesn't go anywhere else because the smelter is using the block form of things. So I shouldn't need to worry too much about that. But that goes in there, that goes in there. That'll work. So this is going to have input from the back and output to that side. Everything's going to go output to that side. And this one's going to need an interface on this side as well. Lots of interfaces lining it all up. Yes, I know. And that's going to have input from the back and output to that side. We'll have both the outputs going to that side. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now I need to start doing a load of patterns to get this ball rolling. The end result is to make a Tesseract, remember? So, ingots, bronze and silver ingots we're going to have in the AE system okay already. But I need to get this Tesseract frame full sorted out. In order to do that, I need to get a Tesseract frame and put it in the fluid transposer and tell the AE system that's the recipe to get a full frame from one of those so that it can craft it. No problem. To make this frame, I need to tell it all of these recipes, which is hardened glass, lithium hardened glass was another one. Okay, well, I don't know how to make that one. But the hardened glass, I'm pretty sure I know how to make hardened glass. That's also a recipe that's going to be in here, the induction smelter. Pulverized obsidian, pulverized lead to make hardened glass. So I need to teach the induction smelter how to make pulverized obsidian and pulverized lead in to make the glass, and I need to then make the glass to make this, and so on and so on and so on. Just got a bit of auto crafting recipes to make up, and the only thing that I haven't got at the minute is the resident ender bucket recipe. So I can make the bucket in the in here actually. Yeah, I could send a bucket to here, fill it up with resident ender, and then use it in the crafting recipe. So I have got everything I need to do it right here. Right, let me go and make some patterns and I'll be back. Well, hopefully I've got everything sorted. Hopefully I've got everything figured out. This last little crafting recipe goes into the fluid transposer at the back here. I changed plans a little bit. Okay. So the fluid transposer knows these two recipes. Let's start here. These two recipes. Put a bucket in and it gets you a resident ender bucket. Put a Tesseract frame empty in and it comes out full, which is what happens in this process. So it knows how to make those two items. I changed to have an export bus in the back there, constantly exporting ender pearls. So it was constantly making the ender pearl juices, the resonant ender, and putting it into here, keeping this all full. So instead of having a redstone setup, it's all set up like that. There was another couple of ways that I thought of for making the buckets, but the fluid transposer crafting recipe like that just seems to fit neatly into this. And I've still got 2 spaces left for doing a similar sort of thing with redstone. So that should be still easy enough to do. And I've got an interface ready for it as well, which I'll do a bit later on. So, pulverizing. I've got all the pulverizing recipes, all the things that need a pulverized version in this recipe for the Tesseract in there. I've got in the induction smelter, can I hit it? Can I hit it? The patterns for making this pyrotheum dust and enderium blend, and pulverized lead and obsidian together make those. Got that sorted out. That one's got that in, that's got that in, that's got that in, and this is just still doing the yellurium. Just pumping out yellurium. So I think I've got everything. All the other crafting recipes, the straightforward crafting recipes that aren't a process, I've put in down here in this second interface here. So it knows how to craft the enderium blend, craft the pyrotheum dust, craft the tesseract frame and fill it, and then craft the final product. So we're going to give it a run. Tesseract. Okay, so at the minute it's got a tesseract frame full. We've got a tesseract there, tesseract. Right, so if I craft one tesseract, it needs a few bits because I've already got the tesseract frame full. Start. Done. Please. Thank you. There's my first tesseract. Okay, so we'll take that one out of the way. Now there's no tesseract in there. Let's craft another tesseract. It's telling me all the things that are available. It's going to process all of these things. So it's going to pulverize all that silver, pulverize that lead, pulverize that shiny ingot, pulverize the tin, pulverize the bronze. No, it needs the bronze for the end result, and it needs some silver for the end result. It's going to pulverize the obsidian. It's going to use a diamond. It's going to take the bucket. It's got all of the things it knows how to do, and I'm just going to let it get on with it. Now, everything should be processing, so we should see things appearing in here as it starts crafting. But I'm not just going to hang around watching everything to hope for the best. I'm going to just come over here and have a look in to see what it's up to. It's got some pulverizing doing there. Look, it's just automatically placing in what it needs to pulverize in the pulverizer. Ping, ping, ping. Job done. It's already doing some induction smelting for those bits and pieces. So it'll just do that and automatically receive it back as well. It's probably already done the fluid transposer bit until it's got all 4 enderium ingots, and then now it's getting the hardened glass, so that should be good. Yep, it all seems to be processing. It takes a few minutes, but then it's a tesseract. I don't expect it to take much longer. I don't expect it to be quick and easy to do. It's just there. It's going to do it for me a long, long way. Okay, so has it done? Let's see in here, shall we? Tesseract. Tesseract. It's still. Oh no, it's just finished. There we go. So there's the second tesseract. So it's made another tesseract. Now I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make another 2 of those. So it's gonna get all of those crafting things done and do it all for me while I set up these first 2. Now, I need to start thinking very hard about where I'm going to put this first tesseract. What I'm using at the minute, all this enderium, not enderium, what I'm using at the minute, all of this, it's just not working for me. I need an output that I can rely on. And this machine here, this big reactor, my first big reactor in this place, has a very big output, and I can put more into it as well. I want to advance into the big reactor soon enough, though. Right, 01, we're going to make it set frequency 001. We're going to make it 01 output power. And we're going to save the frequency. There we go. Output power. Okay, so that's that. And we're going to make it so that it's not receiving, it's not sending items, it's not sending fluids, It's just sending only energy. So it's sending energy only. That's the power output, and that is good. So now any Tesseracts I set up will have this power source. So the next one that I want to set up, because I can, is going to be over at this mob farm to get some more ender pearls coming in on regular. While I'm just around the base, I can have this mob farm running constantly instead of me having to faff about with it, coming over here and replacing the cell every time it runs out and all that kind of stuff. So now we're going to place this, and this is going to be to receive power. Receive energy only. And then get rid of these ones. There we go. So it's now receiving energy. And we're going to select this and set that frequency. So now it should be receiving energy to this, yes. And now this is getting power and using essence and using its energy and so on. Spawning Mr. Endermans. Awesome. There is no limit to how fast this can transfer, really. It does have a bit of a loss between teleporting energy around. My limit at the minute is this flux duct. So improving these ducts will get this energy filling up faster. But it seems to be enough for working this out. I mean, yeah, it gets a chance to fill back up a long way while the work's improving. Yeah. Probably need more. I think I just angered an Enderman, but hopefully he's already dead. Yeah, they shouldn't last long in there. And that should get me an endless supply of ender pearls to keep that thing full of ender pearls over here, so we can keep making these Tesseracts whenever I need them. I fancy having a go at big reactors. This is where the Tesseract... Yeah. That's why I need the Enderman spawning all the time. I fancy having a go at big reactors, but I've got an idea for that later on, so we'll mess around with that later on. For right now, though, I've got a Mr. Enderman hanging around all over the place. Where did he teleport to? No, he's okay. That's good. Okay. So, back into taking a Tesseract into the nether again. Tesseract. Oh, Tesseract. There's 2 more Tesseracts. Good. And I'm going to throw those away now because I don't need them so much. I'm going to throw that away now as well. And yeah, I'm not going to use chunk loading. So I think all this is chunk loaded, if I'm right, because this is spawn. I think it's set to spawn and a spawn here, so yeah, it should be spawn. So it should still stay loaded when I place this. So let's get back out here. As you can see, I put a ritual of the Zephyr over there to collect all the item drops, because I was killing them there easy enough, but then the item drops were running away with me. I actually want something else before I start doing this. I want some more blocks, because they were spawning on this platform up here. Now what I want to do with this Tesseract is, at the minute it's got output power only, okay, and it's taking essence from this drum. What it can also do is feed the essence directly as well. So I'm planning on having it feed the essence directly. But for right now, it's not going to. I'm not going to let it. I'm just going to leave this like this. I've already turned this one off, so that's not going to do anything. Oh yeah, it's going to do some. Oh man, if I get them into this corner, then it's out the way. So I'll come over here, get them into the corner. What have I got? Mining fatigue. Oh, because I'm using this cleaver. Okay. Pop. And everything that... oh, come on, get out of the way. Everything that drops witherhead-wise... If you drop a head, I'll be amazed. Everything that drops witherhead-wise is now going into here. Everything is going into here. So I've only got 5 at the minute. I've not been doing too much of this just yet. But that's my next stage, is to do a little bit more of this. When I don't kill them, then the harvester does. But I try and get in this corner so they come to me and get out the harvester's range. Well, the grinder's range, should I say. But then there's skeletons that I can just come and get killed, would you? So they don't get me too much. You get a lot of actual skeletons spawning in the nether off that, as well as the wither skeletons. But it's not too bad overall. I've already got 5. You also get these sloth shards. I think the grinder gets the sloth shards rather than me. But I don't know what to do with them yet. Meh. I've also got some of these wrath shards as well. I don't know. Hey, how you doing? They look like twins. Awesome. How you doing? Still no heads though. But I have got quite a few already, haven't I? Yeah. Alright, well, that's it for this episode, folks. Thank you very, very much for watching. Don't I look badass at the minute? Yeah, I do. Some better armor and I'll be well away. Get off. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. I will see you tomorrow for another episode. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.